Hello everyone, welcome to another art talk video. This time I wanted to make something different and I wanted to talk about the importance of understanding your painting process. Maybe this is a topic a little bit too advanced for some people. It gets to a point when you start painting and you're painting for a living. Either you're painting for you or you're painting for because you want to sell your work or whatever it is you're painting for. I think, like everything, you should have a system. You should have a method to do whatever it is that you do. I think that's the best way to work. For me, I've tried to be really organized with my painting process or everything I do actually. Sometimes it's hard and you can stray away from your goal if you don't have a system. I broke down this video so you can see what I'm doing. I will show you the process that I took with this painting, and most of the time that's the process that I have with every single painting that I do, and it has helped me to be more efficient with my work. Sometimes obviously there's setbacks, and that's how you learn. The more you do it, the more you understand what works and what doesn't work for you. This time I had an idea to paint a woman playing the piano on a beach. That's the good thing about painting. You can make anything happen while you paint. So I started, as always, I started with my background layer. And I covered the white of the canvas with acrylics. I spray with a spray bottle and I just cover the canvas. This time I'm using raw sienna, and then with a paper towel I will subtract the highlights. It's a subtractive method and you should do this while the paint is still wet, because obviously you're erasing. It's kind of, you are subtracting from the painting. Because this is acrylics, I had to work kind of fast subtracting. Obviously I try to do the best I could, fighting against the dry time of the acrylic paint. Now I went with a Q-tip and I just did the same thing. I always like to work with acrylic first and then finish my painting with oils. I found that that's the best way to do it for me. I'll just defining the values and where the elements are, even though I already sketch the drawing into the canvas. Whenever you're working and start painting, you lose some details. So I want to just establish where everything was, and I was kind of working with the color palette, see what worked and what didn't work. Then I used a medium. I was trying to knock back the background, and with the acrylic medium you can get this effect. I kept building the layers with acrylics to then realize that I was self-recorded, and this is not the first time that happens, but with humans. I'm still working with acrylics. I'm still placing the colors. I didn't like the colors that I used at the beginning, so I changed them. The acrylics are very forgiving. You can work as many times as you wish on top of the layers because they're drying. The dry time is faster, and yeah, you can get away with that. The ocean was a challenge for me because I had an idea at first with the colors and I didn't like them. Right here I'm trying to work with the palette knife and I didn't like it either. And I grabbed a brush and I try to cover again with that brush. I didn't like it. I changed the colors again. I tried to mimic the ocean, but that blue was too dark, and I was trying to mimic the waves and the ocean. And I changed it again. I changed the background layer so many times. And then I cover it again. This time I use lighter blues and darker blues, like kind of seeming like the waves were coming towards the front. I end up with this one, liking this one. I think it worked well with the composition. Just a little bit. think it's my first time painting. It is my first time doing a big painting, and it's my first time painting an ocean, like a really detailed. I have painted water before, but this was absolutely a challenge. I used a toothbrush to make the sense the water was splashing. For the sand dunes are not that hard. It's just like it's like everything. You have your lightest tone, you have your medium tones, and you have the darkest tone. I learned a lot as well painting the sand dunes. It was also a challenge to do this, but I did it as well. The sky was the easiest one of all of them to paint. I just blend yellow, red, blue, white. So I make like a gradient. For the clouds, I use a silver brush and I went in circles, blending it afterwards with my finger. I'm working right now with oils. In this part, I was doing the details, so I was almost finished. You can also do this in acrylics. It just had to be a little faster with acrylics, just because the acrylics dry fast. The piano was also a challenge. I struggle with perspective and with lines. Cities and everything with straight lines for me are really difficult to paint. And then painting a piano this size, oh, this is my first time painting a piano. I fixed the perspective so many times that I was getting frustrated. Didn't like the color, so I wanted to have like an orangey dark tone to have contrast with the weight, with the blue on the weights. Yeah, I think it got the job done. For the keys, like I said, I'm really bad with perspectives. I'm struggling so much. I struggle so much with perspective, and this is the one thing you should know. You should know so you can draw better. So I finished painting the keys to realize it looked like a bow, and I had to fix it, of course. And then here I'm doing the details and trying to work the perspective and see what worked and what didn't work. For me, it was also a learning. I wanted to add a music sheet, and I just bought one and I printed one, and I fixed the perspective in Photoshop. I use acrylic medium to glue it to the canvas, and I went on top with acrylic medium again to actually seal it there, and that's how that worked. For the subject, you tend to lose details when you start painting, so I have to go on top and drawing all the elements again. I work with the hands. Her fingers were gone, so I had to put them back. I started with the dress. I wanted the dress to be muted because I didn't want the dress to be the center of attention, even though it was there. And obviously, I want her to be the center of attention because that's my subject. I went with a dark color on her, and it didn't make sense because it's daytime, so she needed more highlights on her. I went again and worked on her skin tones. Once I felt satisfied, I went with, I think it was a cadmium yellow. Yellow actually bring back the highlights, which I also add a little bit of cadmium yellow on the sand. So that way she actually pops up a little more. And it's like, okay, it's daytime and she's playing the piano on the beach because she can. Anyway, guys, so yeah, it was a challenge, definitely. I can say that I learned a lot, and that's the main thing when I paint. Every single thing that you do, you just learn and try to make things better next time. And that is why it's good to have, that is why it's so important to understand your painting process. In this case, my painting is a 36 by 48. So far, it's the biggest painting that I've done. I had to break it down. It is important to understand your painting process for several reasons. It allows you to develop a reliable method that can guide you through the creation of your artwork. So you have a system from the start to the end so you can accomplish and finish your artwork in a shorter time. It helps you with your technical proficiency. Knowing your process helps you balance your creativity with your technical skills. So you will be more proficient while you work. It will help you achieve your work in a bigger scale and also concentrate in your small scale, which will be the details. It will help you a lot with that. It will also help you in developing a clear vision for your work. You will set your goals, you know how your process will be, so that way you can set goals and you can work as you go. Like today I'm going to work in the background, today I'm going to work here, and it will help you create that system so you can finish your painting. Also, it will help you with your skills. Obviously, the more you paint, the more you do something, the better you get. But you need to understand that every single time you will get better and you will grow. It will be at some point where you don't have to think about what colors you need to match certain colors your eyes can see, or that your eyes are seeing at that moment. Because the more you do it, like I said, the better you get, and you will find yourself mixing colors and realize that you will match the color without even thinking. You will match the color exactly as it is. I did it with my background. I had to go and fix the piano, and I need to expand the ocean, and I had to mix the colors to get the same colors, in which I did. And I realized I'm getting better at mixing and matching colors. Obviously, it will help you grow as an artist. It will play a vital role in the development of your work as an artist. And if you have, let's say, if you work on a series, it will help you be more effective. Sometimes paintings can take more than 80 hours, but if you have a deadline, want to get your work to a gallery, or you have something to do and you need to finish 10 paintings in like a month, if you already have a painting process set, you can achieve that goal easier because you know your process and you start working like a machine. So yeah, I'm taking too long talking, but I hope that you can take something away from this video and understand your painting process. You will be faster, accurate, and get better. By mastering your painting process, you can elevate your art and bring your creative ideas to life with greater clarity. So yeah, take what you have learned here and apply it every single time, and you'll see that you get better and faster in any painting you do. This is all for today, and I hope you have a great week, and see you next time. Thank you.